Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. This is a Posh at Work presentation of legal insights on important issues surrounding sexual harassment and related matters. Posh at Work is a boutique firm which assists organizations across sectors in complying with the law against sexual harassment at workplace and related matters pan-India. My name is Sania Talwar. The judgment I will be discussing with you today is Dinesh Chandra Mishra versus Trilochan Mohapatra and others by the High Court of Delhi on 1st July 2019. In a nutshell, the Delhi High Court upheld that transfer of a respondent to any other workplace of the employer not based on request by complainant but based on the recommendation of an internal committee pending an inquiry so as to bring immediate relief to the aggrieved is valid. This is important because Section 12 of the law against sexual harassment at workplace states that during the pendency of an inquiry on a written request made by the aggrieved woman, the internal committee or the local committee, as the case may be, may recommend to the employer to provide interim relief to the aggrieved woman. As you will notice, as per Section 12, the internal committee is required to grant relief to aggrieved woman when the aggrieved woman requests for it in writing. But this particular judgment has gone one step ahead and upheld that even if the aggrieved woman has not made a request, and it is only the committee that has made the recommendation, the interim relief is valid. In this case, between 2015 and 2018, the petitioner Dinesh Chandra Mishra had filed complaints in several courts and tribunals, one after the other, and we will be discussing primarily two of those because they are relevant for the inquiries conducted by the internal committee members. Number 1, decision of a tribunal dated 23rd October 2018, and number 2, decision of a Delhi High Court dated 26 November 2018. And as a conclusion, we will also tell you what the Delhi High Court decided in the present case in its decision dated 1st July 2019. Before we get into the decisions, let's look at the background of this case. Dinesh Chandra Mishra was an employee of the National Bureau Plant Genetic Resources, which is an institute of the Indian Council of Agricultural Research. He was appointed as a senior technical assistant of tissue culture at the Pusa campus in New Delhi in 1994. By an order in 2014, he was transferred from the headquarters at New Delhi to its regional station at Srinagar. He challenged this transfer order before the Central Administrative Tribunal, and the tribunal allowed his application by decision in 2015. This 2015 decision was challenged by the institute in Delhi High Court. On 11th August 2017, Delhi High Court quashed the 2015 decision of the tribunal. The court held that transfers are incidences of service and a grievance cannot be made if a transfer order is passed on administrative grounds, and as per law, unless it is vitiated by arbitrariness, malafide or bias or contravention of any statutory provision. After this, in August 2019, an allegation of sexual harassment was made against Dinesh. On 14 September 2019, the inquiry against Dinesh was commenced. This is when the committee saw evidence. This was an email from petitioner to complainant, counter-questioning her. The committee observed that it was apparent that he can harm anyone and the complainant was feeling scared and threatened. On 24th September 2018, based on that observation, the committee recommended that a suitable action may immediately be taken to safeguard the complainant. committee recommended Dinesh's transfer to any other workplace to bring immediate relief to the aggrieved. On 26th September 2018, the institute passed an office order transferring Dinesh from the headquarters of the institute to its farm at Isapur, New Delhi. The reason mentioned for this transfer was that it was being done in public interest till completion of the inquiry by the internal committee. Aggrieved by this, Dinesh challenged the transfer order in the tribunal. The first decision that is important for internal committee members was passed by the tribunal at this stage on 23rd October 2018. The tribunal rejected Dinesh's plea. It held that a bare perusal of the transfer order shows that on receipt of complaint of sexual harassment, the institute had decided to transfer Dinesh in the interest of ensuring that the inquiry is not vitiated. They have shifted him in public interest till completion of the inquiry by the internal committee. It did not see any reason to interfere with this transfer order. Aggrieved by this, Dinesh filed a writ petition in Delhi High Court to get the transfer order of the institute dismissed. The second important decision was passed by the Delhi High Court on 26 November 2018. Delhi High Court also rejected his plea. It said that the tribunal rejected the application, observing that the transfer has been made in the interest of ensuring that the inquiry is not vitiated. The transfer was effective from one place to another place of work in Delhi itself. Dinesh submitted that no request was made by the complainant to seek the transfer of the petitioner during the pendency of the inquiry. If you recall, this is coming from section 12 of the law, which states that during the pendency of an inquiry on a written request made by the aggrieved woman, the internal committee or the local committee, as the case may be, may recommend to the employer to provide interim relief to the aggrieved woman. The Delhi High Court said that there is no merit in this argument because the right of the employer to transfer the employee who is facing inquiry or even otherwise is not dependent upon such a request being made by the complainant. And in this case, a request was indeed made on 14 September 2018. In the same 26 November 2018 decision, Delhi High Court also noted that Dinesh had requested that no inquiry is done as he has already tendered apology. But Delhi High Court held that mere tendering of apology is no ground to drop the proceedings. The proceedings have to be taken to a logical conclusion, and it shall be for the competent authority to examine Dinesh's conduct and recommend appropriate action. On this High Court decision, Dinesh filed a petition of review. On 17 December 2018, the review petition was also dismissed. Dinesh felt aggrieved by the office order of the institute and all the dismissals, and ultimately filed the present contempt petition in the Delhi High Court, alleging that by transferring him, the institute had violated a previous judgment of the court dated 11th August 2017, which, as you will recall, had held that transfers are incidences of service and a grievance cannot be made if a transfer order is passed on administrative grounds and as per law, unless it is vitiated by arbitrariness, malafide, bias or contravention of any statutory provision. He argued that while transferring, his qualifications and area of work were not kept in mind by the institute, as he was qualified to work only in a laboratory and not in a field or a farm environment. The institute argued that the office order of transfer had nothing to do with the 11th August 2017 decision. They said that it was in fact passed in compliance with directions of the internal committee of the institute, which was inquiring into an allegation of sexual harassment against him. After hearing both parties, the Delhi High Court observed that the petitioner has failed to make out any grounds for initiation of contempt proceedings. It said that the contempt petition was an afterthought and an abuse of process. Court also said that its order of 11th August 2017 cannot be read as a mandate which operates in perpetuity and in all circumstances. The directions issued in that judgment were on factors which the institute was required to keep in mind while re-examining the necessity of transfer. When it comes to practice and handling inquiries related to sexual harassment at workplace, we as external members and even other internal committee members often face this challenge, where the aggrieved informs that they fear retaliation, etc., but does not make a written request for interim relief, which is the requirement under Section 12 for the committee to take any steps. The committee in such cases often becomes helpless, and taking measures unless aggrieved makes a written request is difficult. While it would be always advisable to get the written request from aggrieved as per Section 12, however, in case of emergencies or extreme circumstances, this judgment will go a long way as guidance to committee members in situations where aggrieved does not give a written request, but committee sees merit in granting interim measures under Section 12. If you found this information helpful, please like our video and subscribe to our channel for regular updates. In case you have any queries about the law or our services or want any assistance, please visit our official website www.poshatwork.com or contact us. All links and other details are provided in the description box below.